So there are people in FaZe that are upset that they lost the power or something, like the OGs they call themselves.
Yeah.
But how did they lose that power? If they didn't want to lose their power, then why did
Maybe they shouldn't have sold it.
their ownership?
That's a good question for them. You should ask him, Toast. That sounds like a banger tweet to me.
So just to give context here, it started with this tweet from FaZe Clan where they said, "We want more women in FaZe Clan." To which FaZe Rain replied saying, "Spoiler alert, it's Grace, and the only reason I heard was because she was on one episode of Stranger Things." He's referring to Grace Van Dien, who is a streamer named Bluefill and also was in Stranger Things.
Gracie, wake up!
And FaZe is something I've talked about quite a bit over the last year because it's been an absolute circus. Just look at this graph, it puts a tear in your eyes. It's more tragic than the ending to Marley and Me. So it turns out he was 100% right, because yesterday FaZe announced that Grace Van Dien is joining the FaZe family. Because they're one of the very few gaming-focused brands that branched out into the mainstream. Like, most people have probably heard of FaZe at some point in their life, even people that aren't associated with gaming.
This is the image ingrained in everyone's mind.
Chat. You know what the boys should have done, chat? They should have collectively called out and been outraged at their own fucking decision of a shilling shit scam coin. Fucking bullshit save the kids or whatever back in the days. That's what they should have done back then. Band together and say, we're fucking brain dead. Holy shit. Where was that video at, dude? Holy fuck. Anyway.
When you just think. Now, there are some truths to what Banks is saying. I do think where FaZe is at now, we can all agree, isn't good. It is dog shit. And the stock price shows that. They're making a lot of poor decisions. But I don't agree that with all this anger and vitriol towards Grace, who is, something that you could criticize the backrooms for signing. But why are you getting mad at Grace? Why are people replying to Grace saying, name your 3 favorite trick shots or whatever, trying to chump check her, when you should be mad at the people who are running FaZe for their decision making? Zoom out for a minute. One of many, many different decisions FaZe has made that can be criticized.
Because that got the community excited, thinking that FaZe was about to make a big signing from someone who's been grinding in the scene for a long time, working hard for an opportunity like joining FaZe, and then turns out they had already made their decision when they had made that tweet. So that was kind of a bad look, and it didn't do anything good for Grace because it put her in an uncomfortable position where the community was upset that she got the opportunity being a relatively new streamer. They thought that they had signed her just because she's a celebrity.
Millions of dollars and made him a board member. For what? His streams of Madden that had broken audio with like 50 viewers? They also gave his son money to just be a member of FaZe Clan. $1.9 million in stock, a spot on the board of directors, $250K worth of stock to his son. Like, what was the value of that? A famous football player tweeted out one time ever the word FaZe, and that was before they signed him. Where's the criticism of that signing? It seems like that brought zero value to FaZe whatsoever.
It's very sad to see like the kind of hate she's receiving with the FaZe quote-unquote OGs and stuff. I get that it definitely sucks to see something you care about, like your org, become something that you don't necessarily agree with, but you also signed the contracts. You also like were part of FaZe when all this transition was happening. You guys were also part of FaZe when you were shilling crypto coins, and now you guys suddenly it's too far when you guys signed quote-unquote the girl from Stranger Things. That's going too far. Scamming kids with crypto coins? Yeah, whatever. Signing Grace? Oh, but this isn't the FaZe I know. Like, bro, it's not like an overnight thing.
I mean, they just kind of said it at the end. I mean, I don't know how you can bring in somebody as like, just like saying, like, we're bringing this person in because they're a woman. Like, how is this not patronizing? You know, like, I feel like that's incredibly patronizing, and it just makes them look bad. It's tokenism. Yeah, it is. And I felt the same thing, by the way. Like, FaZe has done this before. They did it with Snoop Dogg. Like, Snoop Dogg, like, he's a rapper. What the fuck does he have to do with FaZe? Why did they bring him into FaZe? Like, this is not even the first time that they did this. This is the problem. You're all just here to squeeze every last dollar out of FaZe and have zero respect for the brand. It's all shameless promotion, pandering to a non-existent audience, and pretending like it's a team effort. Nobody would ever argue in favor of this version of FaZe. It's so disingenuous to the point where it makes it all sick, and we're the only ones, unfortunately, who are interested in preserving history and protecting the brand. I think he's right. But who sold FaZe? You know? Interesting question, isn't it? It'd feel put. I mean, bro, she killed somebody in Valorant and teabagged him. She's a gamer for all I care, right? I think anybody could fucking agree with that. But the difference is that whenever you're signing somebody like that doesn't have like an established reputation in the gaming space, and you're bringing them in from an outside, an outside group, like an actor and, like mainstream type celebrity, that's going to feel weird to the people that are part of that original core community. And are they wrong to feel like they're not being pandered to or catered to whenever this is something that they are a part of? Well, I think it's their right to feel that way.
But in this case, Grace is an active streamer, thus will be presenting the FaZe brand to her audience, and she seems extremely excited about doing things in collaboration with FaZe, which is infinitely more than any celebrity that FaZe has signed recently. So I really feel that the anger directed towards Grace is just a little weird.
You know what I think it really is? I think is that they don't really know what they're doing. I don't think they even know what they want to do. They're just trying to throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. And so they're bringing on Snoop Dogg. They're paying Nick Merckx $1 million. They're bringing on some actress. And they're just trying to see if there's something that's going to work. There's no leadership, yeah. And I think that's kind of what's happening, I guess.
Going down the right path.
Let's see here. I feel like, how is it that these guys are, they're so upset about this? Isn't this like, it's not like these rich white guys that are making 10 times as much money. It's not like they just showed up out of nowhere. Didn't they sell parts of the company to them? I feel like that's what happens whenever you get investment. That's how it goes. Let's be honest. No esports team is doing well. There's no ecosystem for these esports teams. Well, there never was an ecosystem for the esports team. There was just venture capitalism money that just kept them on life support.
Goodbye.